There's something timeless about graceful design, the kind that whispers class instead of shouting it. And this watch, an affordable homage to an iconic classic, does exactly that. It brings together those vintage touches we love: a fluted bezel, slender Breguet hands, a crisp Roman numeral at 12, and a textured dial that feels anything but flat. All of it tied together with a comfortable, quick-release leather strap that's as easy to wear as it is to swap out. At just 7.3 millimeters thin, it slips under any cuff, but still carries a wide stance thanks to its 20 millimeter lug width. It's retro charm reimagined for modern life, and at a price that makes elegance feel entirely within reach. Welcome back to WesWatches, everyone. So if we think about it, the name Berny is probably one of the strangest in the game, but nonetheless, Berny does occasionally come out with absolutely awesome designs, like this one here. It's so understated and chic at the same time. It's insane. Like, this design is great. It does blow my mind. I'm still processing at how cheap we can enter into this dress watch game that looks this good. So $45, and I've left a link to the listing in the description below the video. Do check it out if you're after a sharp price. And now let's dive in and talk about this Berny 2944M in detail. Let's do it. When it comes to proportions, the Berny 2944M absolutely nails the brief. At just 38 millimeters in diameter, with a compact lug-to-lug span of 41.8 millimeters, this watch leans confidently into classic elegance. But it's not stuck in the past. Thanks to a very contemporary 20 millimeter lug width, it wears with surprising presence. And the thickness? A mere 7.3 millimeters. That's truly impressive, especially considering it houses a Miyota quartz movement, offering the slimline grace you'd expect from a far more expensive piece. This is a watch that pays tribute to an iconic design, an homage executed with such restraint and balance that it borders on effortless. The watch is refined, restrained, and unapologetically elegant. That aggressive downturn in the lugs gives the case a wrist-hugging profile, making the long lugs visually dramatic, but never oversized. It's graceful on smaller wrists, and substantial enough to hold its own on larger ones. This is, without doubt, a unisex design. Now let's talk finishing, because here Berny punches well above its weight. The flanks are polished to a near mirror finish, showing no sign of blotching or uneven brushing. The fluted bezel sits proud within the case architecture, not overhanging, but nestled elegantly inside the polished silhouette. The polished fluting adds texture and visual dynamism, catching the light in a way that elevates the whole aesthetic. It's a bezel that dances under soft light. Color options? They've gone all out. From the baby blue you see here to classic black, beige, white, green, and even full gold tone executions, there's something for everyone. Whether you're going understated or bold, Berny's giving you the freedom to choose your flavor. On the right-hand side, a dainty 3.8 millimeter polished push-pull crown adds to the refined charm. It's small, intentionally so, maintaining the delicate proportions of the case without disrupting the fluid lines of the silhouette. It's not about brute function here. It's about form, finesse, and vintage inspiration done right. Let's turn our attention to the strap, because this leather pairing feels like it was made for this design. We're looking at a full crocodile embossed texture across the top surface, slightly glossy but not overly so. The stitching along the edges is neat, clean, and reinforces the overall quality. Flip it over and the underside is velvety smooth against the wrist. It's clearly embossed with Berny on one end and genuine leather on the other, and it absolutely feels the part. For a $45 watch, this is a serious value play. A strap like this alone would cost half that price at retail. It adds both comfort and class, complementing the watch's vintage elegance without overpowering it. Even the buckle deserves a moment. It's stainless steel, signed on the tip, and polished to match the case. A small detail, but one that elevates the overall presentation. It's not just functional, it's cohesive. Now, flip the watch over and you'll find a polished snap-on, case back. It's finished in the same high shine style as the case, with minimal engraving, just the essentials. Stainless steel, 3 ATM water resistance, that's 30 meters, good enough for everyday splashes, but definitely not for swimming or showering. Inside, you've got the trusted Miyota 1L45 quartz movement, keeping things precise and slim. No frills, reliable and low maintenance. Center stage on this watch is owned undeniably by that fluted bezel. It's tall, it's proud, and it's beautifully rounded. It gives the illusion of height and depth, even though the watch is just 7.3 millimeters thick. It's an elegant optical trick that makes the piece feel more substantial than it really is. And it works. The fluted threading is sharply defined and fully polished, helping to catch light from every angle. It doesn't overhang the case, it's perfectly nestled between the flanks, creating a seamless profile. Resting atop that bezel is a clean slab of mineral crystal, not sapphire, but honestly, at this price point, it's not a compromise, it's appropriate. This is a pure dress watch through and through. Now, let's step into the dial. The hour markers are all polished applied batons, except at 12 o'clock, where we get a Roman numeral that adds a little flourish of old world charm. The main hour and minute hands are beautifully done in Breguet style, complete with those signature circular tips, delicate but distinct. At 6 o'clock sits a small second subdial, framed by a subtle concentric ring. It's well balanced and legible, with its own black printed scale. And speaking of printing, there's a fine black manet track printed around the edge of the main dial, crisp and consistent. But what really steals the show here is the dial texture. It's hypnotic. This isn't a flat surface. It's a radial explosion of geometric precision. It expands out from the center like a wave, widening as it travels upward toward the 12 o'clock marker. It's not just a texture, it's a visual spectacle. Depending on the light, it morphs from soft elegance to almost gemstone sparkle. The baby blue color just takes it to another level. Hopefully you enjoyed the review of this ultra thin Berny, like literally 7.3 millimeters thick. It's not going to be catching on to any of the cuffs. This is super slim, but that fluted bezel, it does provide that depth and that aura, or that feeling of a larger watch than it really is. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this watch, and I think it's becoming one of my favorite Bernys ever. Although Bernys do make great titanium field watches, and I really like them as well. But anyway, this Berny 2954M is just 45 bucks, and I have left a link in the description below the video, so do check it out if you're after a sharp price. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this watch in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.